Have you ever wondered about the rich history of Jamaica? Picture an island where the sun kisses the horizon, where the pristine beaches are as warm as the smiles of the locals, where reggae rhythms fill the air, and where every bite of food tells a story. Welcome to Jamaica, a Caribbean gem that is so much more than just a tropical paradise. With a history as vibrant and diverse as its landscapes, Jamaica offers a rich tapestry of stories waiting to be discovered. From the early inhabitants in the Age of Exploration, through the British Takeover, the Maroon Wars, and the road to independence, to modern Jamaica with its global cultural influence, each chapter of Jamaica's history is as intriguing as the next. This journey promises to be a fascinating one, filled with tales of resilience, revolution, and rhythm. So, are you ready to embark on this journey through time? Let's dive into the early beginnings of Jamaica. Our story begins with Jamaica's first known inhabitants, the Arawak and Taino people. Emerging from the depths of South America's Amazon basin, they journeyed through the Caribbean, finally settling in Jamaica around 2,500 years ago. The Arawaks and Tainos, often considered as one people with shared customs, were the island's original inhabitants long before the arrival of European explorers. The Arawaks and Tainos led a simple yet harmonious life. Guided by the rhythms of nature, they were primarily a farming society, cultivating crops like cassava, sweet potatoes, and maize. They were also skilled fishers, using their handcrafted canoes to venture out into the vast Caribbean Sea. Their diet was complemented by small game, fruits, and vegetables, providing a balanced meal reflective of their intimate connection with the land and sea. Their communities, known as ukayeks, were ruled by caciques, or chiefs, who held the authority to make decisions and resolve disputes. The Tainos were artists in their own right, carving intricate designs on wood and stone, creating pottery and weaving cotton into cloth. Their spiritual beliefs were deeply rooted in nature, with a pantheon of gods and goddesses, each responsible for different aspects of their world. But this peaceful existence was shattered with the arrival of the Europeans. The Spanish, led by Christopher Columbus, set foot on the island in 1494, bringing with them diseases like smallpox, to which the Arawaks and Tainos had no immunity. This, coupled with brutal enslavement, led to a rapid decline in their population. By the mid-16th century, the Arawaks and Tainos had virtually disappeared, leaving behind only traces of their culture and way of life. The era of the Arawak and Taino marked the beginning of Jamaica's rich and complex history. Their story, although overshadowed by the tumultuous events that followed, is a testament to the resilience of human spirit and provides a poignant prologue to the narrative of this vibrant island nation. Fast forward to the 15th century, a time of exploration and conquest, and Jamaica enters the pages of European history. The year was 1494, when a man named Christopher Columbus, on his second voyage to the New World, set his eyes on the beautiful island that the indigenous Tainos called Jamaica, meaning land of wood and water. Columbus, believing he had found a new route to India, claimed the island for Spain, marking the beginning of a new era for Jamaica. The Spanish crown, eager to exploit the newfound lands, appointed Juan de Esquivel as the first governor. Under his rule, the first Spanish settlement, New Seville, was established near St. Anne's Bay. However, the swamplands and mosquitoes of New Seville proved inhospitable, prompting the Spanish to move their capital to a location more suitable. This led to the birth of Villa de la Vega, later known as Spanish Town, which served as the island's capital under both Spanish and later British rule. The Spanish period was marked by drastic changes. The native Taino population was decimated due to harsh working conditions, diseases, and conflicts. In their place, African slaves were imported to work on plantations, forever changing the demographics and culture of the island. Despite their efforts, the Spanish failed to find the gold they so desperately sought. Instead, they discovered a wealth of natural resources, including mahogany and logwood, which were used in shipbuilding and for dye, respectively. The Spanish rule, however, was not unchallenged. The island was frequently attacked by pirates and rival European powers, setting the stage for the battles and conflicts that would come to define Jamaica's future. This period of Spanish rule laid the groundwork for the next chapter in Jamaica's history: the arrival of the British. In 1655, a new power arrived on the shores of Jamaica: the British. The transition from Spanish to British rule was a turbulent time in Jamaica's history. The British seized the island from the Spanish in a move that marked the beginning of a new era. Once in control, the British transformed the island into a hub of economic activity. They introduced a plantation system focusing on the cultivation of sugarcane, a crop that would come to define Jamaica's economy for centuries to come. The plantations were worked by enslaved Africans, whose forced labor powered the island's burgeoning sugar industry. This stark reality of exploitation and hardship stands as a dark chapter in Jamaica's past. But the British influence wasn't limited to agriculture. They also turned the island into a hive of piracy. Port Royal, located at the mouth of the Kingston Harbor, developed a notorious reputation as the wickedest city on earth. It became a base for infamous pirates such as Henry Morgan, who, ironically, later became Lieutenant Governor of Jamaica. These pirates preyed on Spanish treasure ships, further fueling the animosity between the two European powers. This period, known as the Golden Age of Piracy, was a time of lawlessness and rebellion. It was a world where fortunes could be won or lost in the blink of an eye, and where the line between pirate and privateer was often blurred. The pirates of Port Royal lived fast and died young, their exploits becoming the stuff of legend and folklore. Yet this era of British rule was not accepted without resistance. The indigenous people and enslaved Africans fought back, leading to numerous rebellions and conflicts. This spirit of resistance would sow the seeds for future struggles for freedom and independence. While the British brought significant changes, they also stirred up a storm of resistance. The legacy of this period is a complex tapestry of economic growth, cultural transformation, and the indomitable spirit of the Jamaican people. As the British tightened their grip, not all were ready to submit. The stage was set for the Maroon Wars. As we delve into this remarkable chapter of Jamaica's history, we find a tale of rebellion, resistance, and the indomitable spirit of a people. The Maroon Wars were a series of conflicts that took place from the mid-17th to the early 18th century, between the Maroons, communities of runaway slaves, and the British colonial authorities. Fiercely determined to maintain their freedom, the Maroons used their intimate knowledge of the island's terrain to wage a form of guerrilla warfare against the British, causing them significant difficulties. These struggles eventually led to the signing of peace treaties in the late 17th century, granting the Maroons a measure of autonomy within their communities. But the spirit of resistance they embodied would continue to echo throughout the following centuries. Fast forward to the early 19th century and we find another significant milestone in Jamaica's road to independence, the abolition of slavery. This came about due to a combination of factors, including economic changes, ongoing resistance by the enslaved, and a growing abolitionist movement in Britain. The Emancipation Act of 1834 marked the official end of slavery in Jamaica, although full freedom was not granted until 4 years later, following a period of apprenticeship. The following century was characterized by a series of struggles for political rights, self-governance, and economic stability. The road to independence was by no means smooth, marked by labor unrest, political activism, and civil disobedience. Finally, on the 6th of August 1962, Jamaica achieved full independence, becoming a sovereign nation within the Commonwealth. The struggles, the victories, the setbacks, and the triumphs all converged at this pivotal moment, marking the dawn of a new era for Jamaica. The journey to independence was a testament to the resilience and spirit of the Jamaican people. Indeed, the history of Jamaica, marked by resistance, resilience, and a relentless pursuit of freedom, serves as a beacon of inspiration to nations everywhere. In the wake of independence, a new Jamaica began to emerge. The island nation, vibrant and resilient, started to carve out a unique identity on the world stage. At the heart of this transformation was the rise of reggae music, a genre that encapsulates the Jamaican spirit. The pulsating beats and socially conscious lyrics of icons like Bob Marley, Peter Tosh, and Jimmy Cliff resonated with audiences across the globe, making reggae a worldwide phenomenon. Alongside reggae, the Rastafarian culture, with its spiritual philosophy and distinctive style, became a symbol of Jamaican identity. The Rastafarian movement, deeply rooted in the island's history and spirituality, has influenced various aspects of global culture, from fashion to philosophy. Jamaica's cultural influence extends beyond its shores, shaping music, lifestyle, and thought around the world. From the Arawaks to modern times, Jamaica's history is a rich tapestry that continues to influence the world. Jamaica's history is as vibrant and diverse as its landscape. From the early Arawaks and Tainos who first called this island home, through the turbulent times of Spanish and British rule, and the fiery Maroon Wars that paved the way for independence. We've explored how the cultural tapestry of modern Jamaica has been intricately woven with threads of music, spirituality, and resilience. So, next time you think of Jamaica, remember the rich history that shaped this fascinating island nation.